Yeah. Hey, listen. I'm trying to connect with somebody out there. You understand? I'm trying to connect with somebody out there. You have a soul. Why do you feel what you feel? Why do you feel it so deeply? And then you have an emotional reaction to what you feel. Like your eyes see it. Your heart feels it. It makes you vibrate. It makes you react. Why you feel that in your soul like that?
Good morning to all the adults over there, the coaches, and once again, my name is Nnemeka Weke. You can call me Dr. Nnemeka Weke. I just recently graduated from medical school last summer, and I just moved back to the area. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I was born in Nigeria. My family and I, we came here in 1998. Were blessed to win the lottery visa to come to the United States. So I came to the United States, stayed a couple months in New York, then we took the Greyhound bus all the way from New York to Texas. And then that's when I came to Carrollton. And I don't know if you guys are aware of where by Walmart of Old Denton, Brightcrest. That's the apartment that I stayed in. And I went from there, I went to McCoy Middle School, went to Rainwater Elementary, and then went to Davis Elementary. So that was third grade, fourth grade, and fifth grade. Then I went to Blaylock for middle school. From Blaylock all the way to Creekview. And just like you guys, I know most of you guys play football. Football was everything. It was football, basketball, track. We competed. It was at that time, and for football, it was Blaylock versus Long. We had a lot of major games here. And it was just incredible. Then some of those individuals came from left Long and came to Creekview, and Blaylock and Long students, we made Creekview. So went from Creekview to rivaling against Newman Smith. So it's either Newman Smith or Creekview coming out on top. So you guys, you have to make a choice. Do you want to go to Newman Smith, or you want to go to Creekview, and things like that. For me, I had the dreams and hopes to go to the NFL, things like that. I would say I was one of the top, football players in the area at the time, coming from Creekview. I had a couple of scholarship offers, but because my family, my dad, mostly first generation Nigerian, they weren't big on sports like that. So it was mainly academics. So it was a sacrifice I made to see the long-term benefits, right? And that's going to be a huge importance part of the message. I'm not going to try to bust a lot of people's bubbles today, but it's important to not be in that dream state, but still be a dreamer, but don't be stuck in that dream state. So I knew how much I worked, but because of respect and knowing that my parents are the ones that provide food on the table, and I know that they're anything they have for me was best. It was painful. I sacrificed that. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna, make my dreams happen. I delivered Domino's pizza out of high school. I wasn't even thinking about applying to college off the focus on the academics. I relied on NCAA clearinghouse. Everybody said, hey, have your highlight tape and all of that ready. Grades are good. You clear for the NCAA. Any school can offer you. That's what you waited for. And I was not in attack mode on what was out there. I was in attack mode in the weight room. I tore my ACL in high school, my sophomore year. First game of the year, we're playing against Louisville High School. We were losing 22-0. Coach sent me on a bullet blitz, coming off the edge, just coming off relentless, not even caring about chop blocks that could be coming. Then before I knew it, somebody came and hit me in my knee. When I saw that light, it's just how I see life now. I remember that moment. I never knew what ACL injury was. I never expected to be injured. I never thought about that. But once I tore my ACL in my road to recovery, I started noticing people in the NFL tearing the ACL. I started to look up what the ACL means and what's that. And then it just opened this whole area I never knew about. So I rehabbed, performed well, finished, and I would like to say my rehab process is what really gave me more edge that I use now, because I remember waking up 4 a.m. every single day in the training room, trying to bend my knee back all the way and get to the point where I can even try to squat the bar. Because I know some of y'all might see some of your classmates, when you get in the squat rack, it's just a bar, maybe 5 pounds. And you go see those that, they'll be able to put on 45 pounds. And you might be making fun of the person that's not lifting a lot. You know, you're thinking it's all about right now who's getting off the biggest weight. No, what I learned from rehabbing was it's not about how much you can push, but how focused you are in the form that you're using. And that's what makes somebody come back from a rehab and not re-injure themselves. So it broke me down. I remember my friends in high school used to be like, hey man, you know, I'm gonna say certain words that you guys hear typically. You'd be like, hey, come get on these hoes, you know, stuff like that. I'm just gonna say that right now because some of y'all may use those words, and I'm gonna say, don't use that word, right? And I'll tell them I'm gonna work hard. I was working. And I remember a lot of my friends in high school that were, you know, doing certain things, you know, but I would like to say is lack of guidance. And some people made the right choices, some people made the wrong choices. 10 years now, I've gone from Creekview, I went off to University of Houston. From University of Houston, then I went off to medical school. I had a challenge going to medical school. I took the exam to go to medical school 4 times. I applied for medical school 2 cycles, rejected. You know, took the exam multiple times, a lot of money expended to take it, and I was not getting the results that I wanted. And it broke me down. I graduated college, and it was just like, what am I gonna do? Should I quit? I know what I wanna do, but there's many other things I can do, but I stay focused. I remember when I got injured, and I remember that anything I set my mind to do, I can achieve. So therefore, I stay persistent. I tried again. By the grace of God, I was able to go to medical school in the Caribbean, in Grenada. So from that point, has been a journey. And while in that journey, unfortunately, I lost my dad 2016. And the thing about the irony with that is, all through my life, I had an agenda and always had a gravity that was holding me down, an important gravity. I used to say my dad is that gravity, where anytime you want to, as a young kid, as a young man, you're just so ambitious and you want to, but then you need that parent that's going to just say, hey, come here, you know, and things like that. So over time, you know, you guys run hill. The concept of running hills is that you're running against gravity to build that muscle. So when you sprinting, it makes you more explosive. That's the concept I use when you have gravity in your life or anything structured like that. It helps you build the appropriate muscles so when you're matured enough, you can be able to handle the hardships of life. So my guy over there that's sleeping with the dreads, you're going to become the highlighter today. I'm looking right at you. You're going to be highlighted. It's okay. We're going to get you right. So I lost my dad 2016. You know, it was very painful, midway in medical school. But you know, it's like I'm a man. I have to figure this thing out myself. So gracefully, I was able to conclude, graduate. What is pending for me right now is residency. So 10 days from now, actually, March 11th, you know, I'll find out if I matched into the program I applied to. So I applied to a couple programs. One is orthopedic surgery. Second one is anesthesia, and then another one is physical medicine and rehab. So I'll be waiting on that. But what's most important, I'm so happy. This is what I do. I love to talk. You know, I love to encourage. I love to mentor and things like that. And I want to show you guys that you guys, you know, the sky is not even the limit. You know, you guys are beyond powerful, and you just barely even starting. You know, there's a lot of things that y'all have that people out there want. But you have to understand the value in yourself. You understand? All of a sudden, you see people in the music videos rocking Gucci and things like that. All you need is one event publicly to happen, and almost the value of Gucci can drop just like that. That's how people place value on the wrong things. So you see the whole blackface situation, and some people say boycott Gucci, this and that, and Floyd Mayweather is still rocking Gucci, and you have all these things going. But see, the world is going crazy right now, and I want you to understand that what you see in yourself is most important. So the first thing I want to talk about today is being yourself. Being yourself. You know, that's key. You know, being yourself is hard. You know what I mean? Like, it's very, very hard to be yourself. Because even before you be yourself and you come out, you know, you just already having a lot of doubt. You have a lot of fear, right? One of y'all might be a great rapper. And all you're doing is rapping in your room. And all it takes is one person to tell you, hey man, you suck. And then you discourage yourself and then you start telling yourself, I suck. But your craft might just be unique. You just need to master that. Because all the artists out there that's putting out stuff, at one point somebody told them your sound sucks. Or some people don't even like how their voice sounds because you're so used to listening to other people's voice. You understand? But you haven't put your voice in a microphone or edited it and put it out for somebody else that doesn't know you to listen to it. They'll be like, man, oh my God, I love this dude, man. You know, I can relate. That's how much value you need to put in yourself. You might not be the fastest person. I'll tell you a story. There's a kid named Stanley Mapanga. It was middle school. It was middle school. He came from Zimbabwe. Stanley couldn't speak English when he first came. Stanley used to wear his boots. He wore the same boots every day. We'd be in lunch line, in cafeteria, and you know Stanley had a little size. When you first come from Africa to here, you're gonna love food. You know, it seems abundant, so you're gonna be eating. So Stanley was eating. Stanley was having a little size. He used to wear his sweater. Kids were making fun of Stanley, right? Stanley barely knew how to get on a three-point stance. He was on a B team, you know. And I remember 7th grade. I think I played on a B team. I was running back then. And on 8th grade, I was on the A team. But Stanley, I remember him just getting made fun of, but he never complained. He never complained. After middle school, instead of Stanley going to Creekview, he switched to where the side, he went to Creek Valley. So they held him back one more grade. Stanley stayed one more grade in Creek Valley, then he went to Hebron. So once he got to Hebron, they took time and developed Stanley. Stanley went from Hebron to TCU defensive end, and then went from TCU as one of the defensive end coming out of TCU. He's played for the New York Giants. He's played for the Atlanta Falcons and things like that. But you just see, when I see his story, I told Stanley, I was at Vista Ridge Mall one day about to watch a movie. I said, bro, I'm glad I saw your life and I have a mouth to speak. So anytime I talk, I'm going to use you as an example. And when you look up in Wikipedia and you go to Wikipedia and you look up Zimbabwe, he's the only guy from Zimbabwe to play in the NFL. Do you know how much that is that you put on your shoulder? You understand? For a whole country? But then in the cafeteria, you have a group of people breaking you down and not seeing you. Nobody else can project anything for you. The best people you have right now is your teachers, your coaches, people that actually care about you. I know sometimes you guys come here, you might be snoozing and things like that. It's okay, you're young, you don't really get it. But the best thing you can do is listen. You know, like there are people that, you know, medicine teaches you a lot about life. You know, I didn't say I went to medical school so you could call me a doctor. I'm not the typical type of doctor. I dance, I act, you know, I do a lot of things outside of that demeanor. But of course, when I'm performing and it's time for me to perform, I know I'm performing. It's just like you treat it like everything else. You come to class, you perform. You're in the playground, you perform. You're in the dinner table, you perform. You're in your bedroom, you perform. But that's not a place for you guys at this point. What I'm saying is, know where you're at and align yourself. Everything's all about mindset. So next thing I want to talk about is mindset check. So mindset check. You know, we all are gonna go through stages and times where you deal with your emotions and things get you out of whack. For me, this could be my Achilles heel, my issue. I grew up, you know, people coming here, people calling me African booty scratcher, and things like that. At the time, we're playing ball, people scoring at me. You laughing about it. It's funny now, but no, it's okay to laugh. But now, people want to wear African stuff. You understand? Being African is cool now. Being African is cool now. Everybody is trying to be African. Everybody wants to wear native stuff. And you guys need to project yourself actually visiting Africa. Understanding your roots. You see how powerful you are. See how potent your bloodline is. You understand? See your intelligence. Mathematics, you see, like this, you guys are missing out. Every time I go back to my village and things like that, I see these little kids, and all it is lack of resource, but they're so intelligent. If I'm a product of outside and coming here and developing as such, why can't you? I've been arrested. I tell you some of my story. I got nothing to hide. I went to Vista Ridge Mall because my parents couldn't really provide or give me the abundance that I was seeing other kids have. Oh yeah, they were wearing J's. They was looking nice. I didn't wear J's. To this day, I'm not a Michael Jordan shoe collector. You understand? I'd rather wear stuff like this, but everyone has their preference. But my parents used to give us just $100, right? Give us $100 and you either buy your school supply and then you go buy clothes. So I thought I was a very intelligent guy. I thought I can get away with stuff. So me and my friend, we went to the mall, right? Went to the mall and I saw these Michael Jordan shorts, and then back then you'd be like, oh, you call it hitting a lick, right? I'm sure people still use that today. So I grabbed something. I was good to go. But then I saw that my friend didn't grab stuff. So I was like, man, come on, man, why didn't you grab that? But we proceed to go back. I help him grab his stuff. On our way coming, like I'm just getting this vibe and this, that, wow, I think we're about to get in trouble. I just start getting this feeling like we should have left it where it was. So I'm going down the escalator. I see a police officer, down there just kind of looking at the store, acting like they're just chilling. As soon as I come down to the end, the lady runs around, flashes the badge. Hey, this is Foley's department. I need you to come with me. We're going back up there. I said, ma'am, I have money. I can pay right now. She said, nope, it's too late. And it was these situations, I was young, so it didn't really become something that is on my record. I went to anger management. It wasn't because I was doing things insubordinate. It was just that situation. But these were early on things that I'm very grateful for. That now, before I do certain things, I check my mindset. People piss me off. I grew up fighting in the area. It took a situation when I tore my ACL in high school for people to really, really give me my praise. There was a kid, before I tore my ACL, before I got injured, he respected me. Coaches respect, so there's certain players that are respect the leaders of the team. He never said anything negative to me. But ever since I was injured, he just felt like he could just be poking fun and things like that. And I just told him, I said, hey, man, listen, give me 6 months after rehab. At the end of school year, you have half days. That's when people set up what they're going to do. That's the truth. I hope teachers know that students always, book their own fights and things like that. Say, see me on half days or whenever it is. They schedule their own thing. They're on guard. It's just like Mayweather Promotions. They're promoting their fights. So I told him, I said, give me 6 months, But, there was one particular day, I just finished with the trainers and I was waiting for my mom to come pick me up. And they've already given me my pre-surgery stuff, my crutches and my knee brace. And the knee brace, I can adjust it to like 180 degrees, make it stiff. So I remember this day, man, this guy pissed me off. I told my friend Bianna, hey, Bianna, come help me up. I buckled this knee brace 180 degrees. I approached this dude, and at this time, I was pre-rehabbing, before surgery, because it's important to pre-rehab to get yourself ready. So when you have surgery, you don't really lose a lot. So you'd be able to have something to come back. So I was always on upper body, doing bench. I oversaw a coach saying somebody was stuck here. At that time, that's when I started getting big. In high school, my friends used to think I was taking steroids because I was working. I was overtraining. Huh? Oh, yeah? So stuff like that. That's the rumors because I don't know what it is. People just be making things up. So anyway, long story short, I remember approaching this guy, and then I don't like to strike somebody first. I don't like to be the one to be defined or cause issues, But I remember I gave that dude one pump. I gave him a second pump. So I told myself, if I'm gonna keep doing this, this is what I don't like. I see people do that all the time. Say, if I'm gonna keep doing this, I might as well just finish what I've started. So on the third one, I just barely even leaned back, and it was just boom. And then this dude like grazed the mural, and then before you know it, like I blacked out, you know, and I forgot about my knee brace. Students around were covering everything, and it was just like the camera was right there. They'll cover, make sure I don't get in trouble. And after the fact, the dude went down to the training room, and you know, I'm not gonna lie to you, but he was basically saying he had amnesia. And it was just like one of those situations where like you get mad. You think you're trying to impress somebody. You think you're trying to impress for yourself. There's a lot of level of control. You don't know how much power you have, right? You when you're doing things, you're really doing this because there's a fear in you. You don't know how much pain you can cause somebody else. By you just hitting somebody here, yeah, some people go down and come up, but you could really, really injure somebody and they can go into a seizure. You understand? You could really do something. You could really inflict pain to somebody. And when you start noticing that your words is the initiator of that kind of pain, not on physical, you start checking your mindset. You got to ask yourself, do I want somebody to tell me this before I tell them that? Thank you. Just a simple thank you can go a long way. Hey, man, thank you. Hey, bro, I love you, bro. It doesn't mean nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You guys got to start telling each other, I love you. Bro, hey, man, you've been working hard, man. I've been noticing what you're doing, man. I see that your grades have not been improving, and I kind of noticed that, bro, I've been doing pretty good. Do you want to meet after school so we can cover what you don't understand? Oh, bro, you struggling on this drill and things like that. I don't mean to make fun of you, but I want to see you get better. You understand? Stuff like that, you can do that. All it takes is one person to see that, to be that leader. And everyone is not born that way. But if you know you have that, and I'm looking at you, if you know you have that, you got to command that for everybody else. I'm here to be honest with you. I've done almost everything that you guys may want to do growing up. But I used to tell my friends, we used to sit around and say, man, 10 years from now. 10 years. So when I look in the mirror and say, man, I told these people 10 years, how they gonna feel about me being this person? I speak it, and I have to force myself to be it. So last year, we had a 10-year high school reunion. And we had a 10-year high school reunion. It was wonderful. It was wonderful to be able to see everything that we've all said we want to be to come to fruition. And I'm amazed at what being focused gets you. Before we end, I want to do something. I'm going to call on two people. Come here. No, you. Come here. I'm going to call on two people, and you come here. All right? I want you to take this stethoscope, right? I want you to put this in your ear. I'm going to teach you how to put it on. So if you put it on like this way pointed, you can hear his chest. So put it on. Right? And then place this stethoscope in his chest. And tell me what you hear. It's hard. I give it to him. He going to listen. Tell him how to put it on. Nah, you gotta turn the other way. Other side. Yeah. Right here. You hear something? Right? His heart. So, when I was thinking about what activity can I do, I wanted to tell you, like, you guys both look different, right? But you guys have the same heartbeat. The heart has to beat a certain type of way. There's something called an arrhythmia, and people have a problem. But everybody has a lubbed up. Everyone has that beat. So when you're working out, it's the same beat. When coaches say one heart, one sound in everything you do, that's how you got to brace each other. I used to tell people it's not about what it looks like. It's about what it feels like. So when you go from here to they say, it's not about what it looks like. It's about what it feels like. Anytime somebody is not valuing emotions, you understand, you value emotion. Your desire, you value your desire. So I want to leave you guys with this. In your classroom for the rest of the year, give 110%. In the gym for the rest of the year, give 110%. When you're home with your parents, give 110%. Say, Mom, thank you. I don't know if all of you guys have both parents at home and things like that, but just understand that whatever your situation is, it's not your excuse. I don't know if you listen to Eric Thomas or motivational speaker. If you don't, look him up. He's wonderful. He's right now is the best. But me, I say I want to be one. I want to be one of the best too. And it starts with working with you guys and talking to you guys. You understand? So all of y'all right now, I'm seeing great things. I'm seeing wonderful things. I'm seeing different individuals, but I'm seeing people that with a lot of purpose. So, you know, I'm going to end today. I'm going to say thank you for coming up here. Say thank you for coming up here. All you guys, thank you for coming up here and, you know, allowing me to come speak to you guys. It's wonderful. Hopefully I can come back. Hopefully we could do more activities than me just come and talk. I do have a website. I'm open to mentor. So coaches, you know, if you want me to come back, do anything, whatever, I'm here, you know, so things like that. So, you know, we'll keep this process going, and I want to see y'all be successful because, you know, there's not a lot of people that are going to give you, you know, a pathway to get there. So you need to go visit the people in the office. If you have a goal, if you have a vision about high school, what you want to do, from the first time you get in high school, ask these questions, develop a roadmap. So I'm going to give y'all an assignment. When you go home today, write it down. Write down what you want to be, where you want to go, and keep that in focus. That's all I got for you today, Doctor's message. But I do want to take a picture with y'all. So if y'all have a second before y'all leave, can we do that? Okay.